All right, guys, it's week 2 now. This is online coaching. I'm wanting to go through it again. I'm just pre-recording some of these so that I can go through the ebook process and the next step in the ebook. So again, this is Journey to Wellness ebook. If you don't have a copy of it, please let us know and we will flick this out to you along with the fun sheets that come with it. So by now, hopefully you've done already. You've read through step 1. Maybe you've read the whole ebook, which is awesome. That's great. Hopefully you've at least read chapter 1. You've read step 1 and you've actually tried to write out in your fun sheet some answers to the questions that came up. So that was all about what does good health and well-being mean to you? What does it mean for you? That's different for you than it is for me and anyone else. So what does it specifically mean to you when you when you strip away all the drama and all the other stuff of what other people are doing on social and Insta and you know, kind of portraying what it is that their health and well-being means to them? What does it actually mean for you? Is it predominantly physical, social, mental, emotional, social, you know, whatever? What does it mean for you, and kind of giving yourself an idea of what's important to you? And so the second step here now is also about progresses on from that first lesson, is actually about what's important to you in life. What are the most important things to you in life, right? And now these things can change over time as well, but you may notice there's a pattern, right? So what at this time in your life is most important to you? Is it family? Is it your kids? Is it your husband, partner, wife? Is it whatever, right? What are the things that are important to you, right? It could be stuff, right? Some of the stuff you've got might be important to you, right? It might be important for you to have a nice place, a house that you own, your own house. Might be a car, might be able to have your own things. It could be anything, right? What are the things that are important to you right now in your life? Who are the most important people in your life, right? It could be family, workmates, colleagues, whatever. Then once you've got an idea of that, it could be, why are these people and these things the most important things to you at the moment, right? Again, it's around going deep. Go a little bit deeper than you normally would in some of these questions, because you really want to understand what these things mean to you, but also how much of an impact they're having on you. So you've got to get really clear about this. Write this stuff down. Use a pen and paper if you can. Sometimes it's helpful because when you use your dominant hand, you're kind of activating more of that brain so that you can actually get some more stuff ticking over and that you can actually get out. If you don't have that opportunity, no problem. Just type it out. Just note it down, whatever. Put in your notes on the phone. But just write down some key ideas about what is important to you, what things are important to you, who is important to you, why are these things important to you, right? And then next thing consider is, what in life are you grateful for right now? Right now that you've listed all these things and all these people and why they're important, what things are you grateful for? What could you express appreciation and gratitude for? And take a bit of time to write that out as well, right? Because those things are important as well, and having a gratitude process is a really good way to become more aware of what's going on in your life and how that's having an impact on you. So go through those questions, and then I want you to start thinking about taking all of this into account now for me, right? So now that I understand what good health and well-being means to me, now that I also know what things are important to me, who are the people that are important to me in my life, and why those things are important, now I can bring all that together and think about, for me, what is my number one health and well-being goal? All right, now that I've taken all those things into account, what is my number one health and well-being goal? Right, and set your time limit on that, right? What's your time frame for that? What is my number one health and well-being goal for this month maybe, or for the 6 months, or for the year, or for the next 3 years, right? Set a bit of a time frame to that so that you can think of what that goal is going to be for you, right? So now it should be quite specific for you. It's not going to be a generic kind of, well, my goal is to lose 5 kgs or lose 10 kgs or to get my body fat percentage down to da-da-da. It could be those things, but you'll have a really good reason behind why those things are your goal, and you'll have it connected into what things are important to you and who is important to you, right? So now your goal, your number one health and well-being goal, is connected to the important things in your life and the important people in your life, right? So now it's got a bit of a foundation to go with it, right? Because you've gone deep enough to understand that this goal needs some kind of structure to it. It needs some good foundation, right? So that's what these first 2 lessons are all about. Getting clear on what for you individually and specifically is your number 1 health and well-being goal. So have a think about those things, go and answer the questions, check them in the fun sheets, and then really think deeply about these things, go deep, get a really good understanding, and get quite clear and specific on what your goal is going to be. Once you've got it, it should say something like, my goal is to ... to improve my X, health and well-being. Might be physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, social well-being, so that I can ... It might have so that I can spend more time with my kids, my grandkids, so that I can be around this year for when ... happens, or in the next 5 to 10 years, or it could be, think about different events that you will be a part of, or that you're wanting to be a part of. I've just recently heard or read some research around this, is that your brain is, when we set goals, your brain really needs a couple of things. It needs either numbers or events, right, to work towards. So your goal, as far as it's being specific, your health and well-being goal needs to have some kind of number or event in it, right? So we want to have numbers as in we know exactly if we've achieved that number or not, right? It's really clear, there's great clarity to it, it's not confusing. We either did this many things or you did not. The event, the event happened or it did not, right? That's how clear it needs to be. That's how specific we want the goal to be. So include it in your goal, some kind of numbers thing that we're working towards, or some kind of event, okay? So have a think about that, get that stuff down. If you can, post up here and just flick that to us, or jump on our social and just post up what your goal is, and we can help give you some feedback about it. You might want some help to just develop a little bit more, or to help brainstorm a little bit. So post it up and we can help you out with that, and so will everyone else on the community. So sweet. Let's do that for this week. Have a good week, and get heaps of writing done and get into those routines.